testing the audio real quick, see what it sounds like. After that, I'm going to start the audio real quick, see what it sounds like. It sounds good. Alright, let's get to the show then. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Gaming with Infamous. I'm Infamous OG 1973, and today we are going to be going over we're going to go over gaming, basically is what it is. Now this is going to be my last gaming video for a while. For this year, I may start up a new season, I may not, but right now I wanted to kind of go over and review some of the stuff that was covered earlier, and kind of get some information out on some of the stuff I reviewed after we have been doing a lot of these conversations about the tech side of gaming and things of that nature, because that's the one thing I do have a problem with when it comes to like the media and stuff. If you go on and you watch a lot of this news and the broadcasts and everything like that, you'll notice that they'll come out with some kind of news, but they'll never do a follow-up, you know what I mean? Like, what happened to the story after they did it, you know? So that's one thing that I wanted to do in all of my streams. Like, if I bring up a topic or a subject, I'd like to go and revisit it after a certain amount of time, and then see what other new stuff that I find out and I come up with when I do that. So after I did some of these topics, there were parts that stuck out to me. I still haven't been able to figure out the tournaments that I mentioned before, who won them. That's something that I've noticed they haven't mentioned much on with it when it comes to that, but there were a lot of good things that we were discussing that I wanted to go back and review when it comes to game clouding specifically. Also, there's things that we were discussing when it comes to artificial intelligence. That's something else that I thought would be interesting to revisit and to go through. And, you know, there's a couple of other things that we could have gone through and discussed too, but I wanted to bring some things that stood out to me out into this episode and kind of finish it off. Before I do that, I do want to say that eventually I would like to get an interview for Gaming with Infamous from Nostalgia Gaming. He's starting his season 5 for Nostalgia Gaming Retro. That's Rapid Glitch. And I told him that I'd like to have him come on and maybe do an interview and everything, kind of give a plug out for his channel so that we can find out what's going on with him for season 5. He said he can do it, but like scheduling is a big issue. I told him that maybe we could do a pre-recording and I could put it out that way. That way we can at least get a little bit of advertisement out for him, because he's a good gamer, you know, and everybody that knows him likes him. So eventually that's one thing that I will have available coming out. So with that, let me go ahead and start the show. Now first, what I want to go back and discuss again is NVIDIA GeForce Now, and kind of cover that and let everybody know a little bit more about that. Now, most people do know about NVIDIA, and NVIDIA GeForce is the GPU that they have out for most modern computers. Now, GeForce Now, NVIDIA GeForce Now is a cloud gaming server that allows users to play games on various devices, you know, without needing high-end hardware. So like with me, I've had to go and I've had to build my computer so that I could have the high-end hardware to go with it, so that I could play games that are way faster than what an ordinary computer could handle. So the cloud gaming services are supposed to allow you to be able to do that without having to have a high-end gaming. And my computer, believe it or not, isn't really that powerful. It's stronger than the average one that you get out of the store, don't get me wrong, but it's not really all that powerful. You can actually get stronger computers that can do more. But basically that's what NVIDIA GeForce Now is good. It is supposed to be good for. It leverages NVIDIA's powerful servers to stream games directly to your device, and that's basically what it is. And it's supposed to be high performance. It's supposed to give you a high performance gaming experience. I've never gotten into going in and paying for services though, so like subscribing on a monthly basis and paying a certain amount of money just is something I really don't agree with. I don't like that idea. So that's one issue that I've had when it comes to doing stuff of this nature. They've also mentioned, they can keep maintenance in the background for the games rather than sending, updates whenever you come online like they do with other services. But I don't know. I don't know if that is actually a better way of doing stuff when it comes to money, money-wise. That's the reasoning behind them saying that it's better to get cloud gaming rather than to do it where you can get online and just sign in and stuff of that nature, because they don't have to do the updates and everything. I don't know. It's something I've actually wanted to have a conversation with more people than just me and Mark about that, see what everybody else's take is on that. So if anybody's ever interested in maybe coming on to the show and having conversations concerning that topic, I would love to do that. Now, as well as that, GeForce Now also is supposed to enable users to stream games from the cloud, which eliminates the need for expensive gaming PCs, what I mean, like I just discovered. But it processes the information, and it's handled by NVIDIA servers, and the output is then streamed to your device and then back and forth, vice versa. So you've got all of the information that's being processed back and forth from these servers. So NVIDIA has servers set up all over the place where it processes it for you. Now, the wide also is available on not just on like PCs, but it's available on PCs, Macs, Android devices. They also have it for like iOS devices, which is browsers. And NVIDIA Shield TV, it supports like low-end hardware as long as there's a stable internet connection. So you have to have a good internet connection to do this. And one thing that I do have to tell you, and a lot of people overlook this, they go out and they build these high-end computers, and they think that these high-end computers are going to help them out so much, but then they finally do it and they get on the internet and they find out that their internet provider sucks. They can't provide them with what they need for the things that they're wanting to do. So when if you do this, take that into consideration too. You know what I mean? You're going to have to also check out your internet provider and find out if you have a good provider that's able to handle the things that you're wanting to do, especially when it comes to gaming. That's a really big deal. Now, instead of offering its own game library, GeForce now integrates with your existing game stores, and that's game stores like Steam, Epic Games stores, and a galaxy of games, and I think they also have Ubisoft Connect, where you can play games you already own on your platforms. Now, when it comes to that too, I wonder if they possibly do that with like games that are installed on your computer. I don't know for sure if they do, but it would be interesting to find out. I do like the idea though that they interact with game platforms like Steam and Epic Games, because I do have games on there, and Galaxy GOG. I've never used Ubisoft Connect, so I don't know exactly how all of that works. I've even heard that like there's a way of streaming straight off of my computer without having to use OBS or anything of that nature, and I still don't know for sure what that entails, so for me, I'm a pioneer. I consider myself a pioneer in this great game of life where everything's cool, and I'm learning how to be a gamer. But all of this stuff is basically new for me when it comes to doing stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm not going to say for sure if they or like I don't know anything when it comes to equipment that's on my computer and stuff. I know what I'm good with. I'm good with OBS, and now apparently I'm using Beam, and I'm using Rumble Studio to run my streams on multiple platforms without using my OBS or my computer. So it's a new experience for me. That's kind of how I progress in things. But I do play video games, and I do make live streams. So we'll find out how well this stuff works out, because I'm not buying it, dude. That's just how I roll, man. I'm not buying it. I have to be convinced that what is the real deal, you know what I mean? So that's basically how I usually do it. If you can on there and I try it out for myself, I don't buy into it, and that's just the way I've been. Now with performance, NVIDIA servers are supposed to provide access to RTX graphics. It includes features like ray tracing and DLSS for supported games. It's supposed to give you high quality visuals and like a smooth gameplay, but I'm not really that impressed with like ray tracing. My son, he's really big on it, and I can see how it is cool, because I've done a bit of ray tracing when it comes to computer graphics on Blender, and also on Inkscape and things of that nature, working with the lighting and everything. So I do understand in that aspect where it all comes in and stuff, but I'm really an RGB kind of guy, you know what I mean? I really enjoy skylights that are rendered in RGB, and like Valheim has some of the beautifulest skylines, you know what I mean? And I love how they blend the colors in to make it look realistic, but it's still RGB. Yeah, I just enjoy that stuff so much more. I'm not into the whole cartoony thing, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I really do like how they do the RGB in situations like that. So that's just my take on it. Now, They do have membership options too with NVIDIA, and it's got a free tier which has limited. It's limited to 1 hour gaming sessions, and it also does give you like access to standard servers, but it's only like limited to like 1 hour gaming. Then you have priority tiers, which is longer game sessions, and that is what includes the RTX on support and priority access to servers. Then after that you have the ultimate tier, and that has the highest tier, which offers access to servers powered by RTX 4080 GPUs, and then also it has up to 4K resolution at 120 frames per second. It's supposed to have the best performance too. But see, this also breaks down into what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? Like, you get the free tier with limited 1 hour gaming sessions. And of course, you can pay for the priority tiers, you know, so, or the ultimate tier. And a lot of it appears to be a moneymaker and nothing more, you know. Downloads for your games. Like, I enjoy the fact that I have a download version of Elder Scrolls Skyrim or computer. I don't. It's cool that I have it on Steam, you know, but at the same time, I'd like to have a copy of it on my computer so that I can play it whenever I want to, and I don't end up getting in trouble on any certain platform and get scolded for it and end up not being able to play a game to play, you know. So it's just, for me, that's a fault when it comes to that. Saves, games support cross-platform, offers that feature, okay, which also allows you to switch devices seamlessly, so that might be something there. I also don't know about all that either, because like on Minecraft, I like to clone shit, and there's certain games where it's kind of cool when you can clone shit back and forth. I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy gamer. I like to do stuff that's, you know, just not recommended by the frickin' PlayStation or Xbox community. Things that bad boys do. My name's Infamous OG 1973, you see. That's the way we roll up in here. So, killing is my business, and business is good. That's right. That's right. I said it. So with low latency too, they're also supposed to be, or GeoForce now uses advanced technology, lag, for the games. It's supposed to be providing a response gaming experience, a responsive one, where freaking, like if you're in a competitive game and you have to make quick decisions and the other guys have to see what you're doing and you have to see what they're doing, then the response is quick, you know. So that's basically what it's supposed to be. We went over this before, and like the latency and stuff like that is something that cloud gaming is supposed to be really supposed to be good at doing. Now the part that really gets me is when they start talking about benefits. Like, they've been putting out this thing where it's a cost, and they say it eliminates the need to upgrade, but I mean, that's not really true. If I'm paying a monthly subscription fee, or, you know, I'm having to pay for like higher tiers in order to get more gameplay, which, don't get me wrong, an hour a day shouldn't be a problem for somebody who just plays around every once in a while, you know. But a lot of the guys that I know, they just love to sit and play for hours on video games. So in order for them to actually get a good, like, because I can tell you, at least 70-80% of the people I know in gaming They don't just play an hour of gaming and just walk away from it. So that's something that I don't buy into. Now, they claim that it also has the benefits of allowing devices, okay? But they also say that you have to make sure that the internet connection is sufficient. I don't know that for sure. I don't know. I know that like Steam is starting to be more emulator friendly when it comes to games or nothing anymore. I know that they're more emulator friendly, but I don't know for sure when it comes to like platforms that are cloud gaming if they're emulator friendly like that or not. And plus, I mean, I don't like the idea of freaking sharing with these platforms that I'm using emulators to play games, you know, because that goes back to what I was saying in previous episodes about the VCR, and I know that sounds cheesy, but like with the VCRs, when we had those, you could record stuff off TV, and those were untraceable because of the tape. Okay, now they phased that, so now you have digital, and everything can be traced. Whereas before they couldn't do it with the VCR. Now they're trying to get everybody in these platforms, and it seems like another gimmick to where they could get a little bit more management going on with the emulators. So, I mean, even though I could probably go on to cloud gaming and play emulator games with one another, I don't know if I would want to do that because, let's just face it, I created it myself. But if I went on a website that freaking was selling it, and I or not selling it, or just giving it away, and I downloaded it onto my computer and then played it, then I'm breaking the law, you know. But if I paid for that disc and I burned it and made my own ROM out of it, then that's perfectly fine, you know. So, and you don't know who it is that or what's going on with those ROMs and stuff with the people that you're playing with. I mean, so you really will be taking a big chance. And that's just my take on it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to like get more into all of that other than what I've just said. Now, that is the one thing that I do have a book about in cloud this is what is it? I keep saying cloud gaming, and it's actually more precise. It's NVIDIA or GeForce Now. You know, it's instant access. Now, the thing about the instant access thing is the fact that there's no need for downloads or installation. You know, you can just start playing almost immediately. That's what I just mentioned. You know, I actually like the idea of downloading and stuff of that nature, so I have no problem with it. Now, with NVIDIA, now the internet requirement, or the requirements for that is you have to have at least 1520p at 60 frames per second and 25 millibytes per second for like 1080p at 60 frames per second. Now for 4K, a higher speed connection is required, so you're for anything that's above 60 frames per second. So if you have 60 frames at 720, that's going to be 15 millibytes per second. And if you have a 60 frames per second at 1080, that's going to be 25 millibytes per second. So, and then the 4K goes up even higher than that. So that's something that you should know ahead of time. Now, according to them, their challenges that they're having with this is they have internet dependency. You know, a stable, high-speed internet connection is crucial. You know, but that can affect game quality. Now, that's one thing that you need to understand too. Like with any kind of latency or any kind of interruptions, like the internet going off or something of that nature, that's gonna affect it. Now, that is true. Your internet connection is crucial when it comes to this. So if you have frequent internet outages or something of that nature, it's something that you might want to think of too. So not all games are supported on the platform when it comes to game availability either. And we are talking about the NVIDIA Now, so that's what I'm talking about. Just understand that not all games are supported on the platform. Now, and the library depends on publishers allowing their games to be streamed, basically. Now, or they don't allow GeForce Now to stream. Not going to be able to do that. And I've been doing a big thing on that too, with all to Xbox and their transactions when it came to Modern Warfare and all of that. And that was one thing that they said that they had issues with when it came to Xbox taking priority over the game and what console or anything that could be used to play those games. And the more I go through this, the more I think about it, is that they can do the same thing when it comes to cloud gaming too. Like, I mean, there's not just one gaming cloud that everybody gets on and they play games. There's actually quite a few of them. So that's something that really struck me when I thought about it. You know what I mean? Now also there's issues with hardware as well. Basic devices can run the service, but for the rest of the experience, a wired connection or 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi is recommended. So that is one thing be understood. Also, there is session limits. The free tier limits session link, like what I was saying, and high tiers. You need to understand that they all come with a subscription cost. Okay, so just understand that, and I've pretty much already gone over that. Now, after that, I wanted to dive more into NVIDIA, and I wanted to talk about NVIDIA's A100s, A100 GPUs. Now, these are the GPUs that are used when it comes to the servers, like where these platforms have their servers that takes the stress off of your computer and puts it on them. Okay. Now, according to the NVIDIA A1600 GPU is what was being used, or GPUs is what was being used. So I wanted to kind of discuss that. Now, the NVIDIA A100 GPU is a high-performance accelerator designed for demanding workloads in artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, and high-performance computing. Now, it is part of NVIDIA's Ampere architecture centers in enterprise environments. Now, I really did not go and check out Ampere architecture. the Ampere architecture, but I really should have. I did get a little bit of information about it, though. The key features for it is the Ampere architecture, and that's that it is built on, which is NVIDIA's Ampere architecture. It's supposed to offer significant performance improvements over previous generations like the Voltabase V100. It includes advanced features such as the Tensor cores, and that's the third generation, and multi-instance GPU, which is the MIG. That's the multi-instant technology. So you have the MIG. Now I did want to go further into the tensor. That's actually tensor cores are actually pretty interesting. I did grab some information on that, and I wanted to cover that in this episode. So that is one thing that I do want to go over. Now, when it comes to performance, the A100s are designed for massive computational tasks. Now, the A100 delivers up to 20 times the performance of its processor for AI and HP workloads. It supports FP64, double precision, FP32, which is single precision, and TF32, which is tensor float, and mixed precision computing. Now, tensor cores, the third generation of tensor cores, they accelerate AI operations, including training and inference for deep learning models. They also float 32, which is TF32, which improves throughput for AI workloads while maintaining accuracy. So not only are they freaking improving the throughput for AI workloads, but they're maintaining accuracy while they're doing it. So after that, let's talk about multi-instance GPU, which is MIG. Now, it's a single A100 GPU can be partitioned into up to 7 independent instances, allowing multiple users or workloads to run simultaneous. This makes it ideal for shared environments or multi-tenant data centers. So basically, what that has to do is each instance is broken down, okay, into different tiers, basically. And I know I'm probably saying that wrong. It has independent instances, basically, is what it is. So it creates multiple workloads, no matter what it is. It could be multiple users or multiple workloads and stuff of that nature. So that's something that is actually pretty interesting when it comes to that. And it's like I said, I do want to go back over some of this and do it. It's supposed to also work with, it's supposed to be ideal for like shared environments or multi-tenant data centers. So that's something that I thought would be pretty cool. Now, its memory is equipped with 40 gigabytes or 80 gigabytes of high bandwidth memory, which is HBM2E. The A100 offers up to 2 terabytes of memory bandwidth, enabling it to handle large data sets efficiently. Now, these are supposed to be the high scale end GPUs too, so just understand that this isn't the kind of GPU that you would just go and put into your computer and run it off of that. These are pretty high end. Now, it supports NVIDIA NVLink and NVSwitch. for multiple GPU setups, which enables seamless communication between GPUs in large-scale systems. The scalability makes it suitable for supercomputing applications, and that would be stuff like handling the stress when it comes to latency, because you got to realize they're dealing with not just one user but a whole lot of users, so they have to do that on top of the AI and things of that nature. So this would actually be really, really good when it comes to scalability, and plus what we were talking about with the multi-instance GPU, the MIGs, that right there is what kind of impressed when I first started doing the streams on this and going through this. I really wanted to hate cloud gaming, but the more I kept reading into it, the more I noticed that really isn't that bad of a deal if it was actually real. You know what I mean? If they are actually given what they're offering, then yeah, this isn't bad at all, I don't think. So that's something that really stuck out to me. I don't know what anybody else's take on that is. I've actually gone in and I looked at the data and stuff like that, and it was actually pretty good. I keep kick. This is like it is on Rumble, but it's pretty bad when they keep just coming in on your stream as well into the comment sections. Now I don't see you're streaming a lot, but yeah, it's still not affiliated. Yeah, I guess I should be affiliated, whatever. So with all of that, I'll go ahead and move on to the next subject. Scalability is what it is now. That would involve AI and deep learning. Now that's supposed to accelerate model training and inference for applications like natural language processing, computer vision, and recommendation systems. It's also supposed to be good with HPC, power simulations in fields like climate modeling, genomics, and computational fluid dynamics, things of that nature. Now, just so that I can keep you guys aware, we are still on the topic of NVIDIA A100. So with this, let me point out that I'm not just talking about gaming either. This is like applications where these can be put into play. So not only is it like deep learning and AI, but it's also with power simulations in fields like climate modeling, genomics, and computational fluid dynamics that it can be used in. Then you have data analytics, which it can be used in, which handles large-scale data processes for businesses, intelligence, and real-time analytics and stuff of that nature, which maybe that would probably be even a good way of implementing it into like security systems and stuff like that when it comes to computer security and preventing hackers from stealing data, things of that nature. It sounds pretty fast, to be honest. So after that, I want to also mention, the power efficiency of this. Now, the A100 is designed to deliver high performance per watt, which is supposed to be making it, and that goes back to what I was talking about. Like, they're dealing with like millions and millions of people that are getting on these games. So these GPUs are set up inside of the servers and their job is to take pressure off of off of these servers and be able to make it to where it can run efficiently, and that's basically what it's supposed to be doing. Is designed to deliver high performance per watt. So for every inch of wattage that it's using, it's going to be delivering, that high performance to the best of its ability, basically. Now, the common use cases, you get that in data centers. A100 GPUs are like a backbone for like modern data centers. It's supposed to enable like efficient AI and HPC workloads, so that's one area. Now you also have AI research, which it's widely used in like training cutting edge AI models for industries such as healthcare, finance, and autonomous vehicles, basically. Where it's vehicles that drive themselves, basically, like Tesla and all of that. So that's the one thing that you have when it comes to the common use cases. That's where this is being used at most of the time. It also supports large-scale analytics and real-time data processing. Like I said, and that's basically for like business operations. The cost is basically what the limitations for this is. Now, the A1 is a premium product, and you have to remember that. And with it being a premium product, the pricing reflects that, and it also reflects like its advanced capabilities and stuff of that nature. But mostly, you need to realize that this is for business. It's not for, like I said, sitting down and hooking. Think that you can use it on your computer, give it a try, see if it works. I don't know. But the cost is going to be a lot. So besides that, you have to worry about the power requirements. These also require significant power, and also having infrastructure. Okay, so that's why it's best suited for professional and enterprise environments. There's places within these businesses and enterprises where they've got like a room singled off to where the temperature never rises above like 60 degrees, maybe even cooler. These are the places where has to be kept. So just realize that whenever it comes to this kind of stuff. This is the scale that we're talking about when it comes to dealing with those kind of things. So let me see here. Yeah, we've got 45 minutes left, so that means I can now. After that, what I want to talk about, I want to get into more about game logic. Okay, so first let me go ahead and start an explanation. Now, game logic refers to the set of rules and systems that enact the player's inputs, edges, and other interactions within a game world. It encompasses everything from character movements to quest systems and physics simulations. Now, over the years, significant advancements in game logic have transformed the gaming experience, which make games more immersive, realistic, and dynamic. Now, the core aspects of game logic is state management. That handles the game's current, whether a player is in combat, exploring, or interacting with an object. It ensures transitions between states or smoothing, or transitions between states, or it ensures that between states they're smooth and logical, so it has to be like a smooth transition. Now, also event handling, which it triggers events in response to players' actions, such as opening a door, completing a quest, or encountering any enemy. Uses systems like event queues to manage multiple simulate simultaneous interactions. Then after that, another part of game logic is AI and NPC behavior. Now that governs how non-player characters, which is referred to as NPCs, react to the player's actions and the environment. It includes pathfinding, decision-making, and dynamic behavior systems. So there's physics and collision detection, which ensures objects and characters interact realistically, whether through gravity, allows for complex simulations like destructive environments or fluid dynamics. And I've had some experience with that when it comes to Blender and using computer graphics, so that is something that you can get into if you're interested in getting into computer graphics. You don't have to buy high-end expensive equipment for that, just so you guys know. You can actually do that on your own. Just wanted to make a plug for Blender while I had a chance to. But anyhow, it also deals with game rules and mechanics, which defines the rules of the game, such as scoring systems, win-loss conditions, and player progression. So, just so you understand, when we're talking about game logic, this is the kind of stuff that we are talking about. Now, what I want to do is I want to tell you guys what I'm talking about, or I want to go over the recent advancements in game logic too. Now, the first one, of course, is something that everybody's talking about, and it's the artificial intelligence. Now, that is basically machine learning in AI. AI player behaviors. It's the new advancements in gaming when it comes to game logic, which has taken place. AI, which is AI characters that can now behaviors from your behaviors and adapting their strategy to your game behaviors, and they're doing it in real time. So that's one thing they have. And then you have behavior trees and utility systems. That's advanced frameworks for creating dynamic and responsive NPC behaviors. So what they're basically doing is they're remembering what it is that you've done, and they're creating, behavior, certain things that's happened in the future, and later on when you come back to the NPC will remember that stuff, creepy at the same time, but it's kind of cool. Now, after that, you have procedural AI, which generates complex, unscripted NPC interactions, and that's for a more organic experience. I'm guessing that is what was being discussed in the last episode that I did with Mark, where we were talking about AI, and that would involve like Minecraft. I mentioned that about Minecraft, and how the procedural AI actually created or it's able to create a world the size of the smallest planet, Pluto, I believe it is. So I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know how it is now, since Minecraft got bought by Microsoft, but that's the way it used to be back in the day. So now that's something that I wanted to also get into, and I also wanted to go over a little bit on the difference between procedural generation and procedural generation algorithms, I believe is what it is, and because there is a difference. But right now I'm just going to talk about procedural generation, and that uses algorithms to like dynamically create game content best, that provides like an endless replayability. Games like No Man's Sky use procedural logic to generate entire planets and ecosystems, and that's kind of what I was getting into when I was talking about Minecraft. So now you also have you also have physics-based logic that incorporates realistic simulations of real-world physics, such as ragdoll effects, fluid simulations, and destructive environments. You also have engines like Unreal Engine 5, which enable advanced physics systems like chaos physics and stuff of that nature. After that, you have adaptive systems, and these adaptive systems are something that games now feature, or it's where games now feature like logic that adapts to players' skill levels, dynamically adjusting difficulties, for an optimized experience. So basically, when you go in and you're just starting the game, you'll be fighting somebody else who just came in and started fighting the game. They're not going to set you up against somebody who's like a level 10 when you're only, they've been doing that for a while. That's really not really that special to be mentioning, but they're going to do it with artificial intelligence, I guess, now. Like there's a difference between AI and the systems that they already had in place. I don't know, but that's something that really did stick out to me. Now, after that, I want to talk about networking and multiplayer logic. Now, this is supposed to be improved netcode, which allows for like seamless multiplayer experiences with minimal latency, syncing game states across multiple players in real time, even in large-scale games like Fortnite or any other MMORPGs. That's something, and whenever I was checking everything else out, that really kind of that if it's actually going to improve on this, then that would be cool. You know what I mean? But with the whole game logic thing, advancements in game logic, I think that if they could do better with it than what they've already got, then freaking even more the better. But from what I've heard about all this, this is really taken off. I think that a lot of it, when it comes to multiplayer experiences, I think this could actually be used in a lot more than just gameplay, to be honest with you, if they can pull it off. But I don't know for sure, because I've been trying to get into the ORPGs and stuff like that, and try to play more games where it's more people playing each other, especially in the combat things. And for me, I've been having issues with it because I really suck at those games, and I really want to get better at them, but every time I try, I'm not as good as what I can be, but I don't know, that's just me. So basically what I'm saying there is that whole area doesn't really drive me to say, yeah, it's cool. You know what I mean? It's just, I've never really been a big fan of those kind of games. I've been trying more in the last year, maybe 2 years to do it, but it's just, it doesn't really float my boat, if you know what I mean. Now, integration of AI-driven narrative systems is also another advancement that was made. Now, games now use AI to create branching narratives that adapt based on player choices, which offer personalized story experiences. Now, Mass Effect and Detroit Become Human showcase this trend. And Become Human showcase this trend. So apparently, Mass Effect, Detroit, and then Become Human, I guess it is. They showcase this trend, this thing that's taking place. Narrative systems. That's basically what that's all about. It creates a story, a narrative for the game. That sounds interesting, where it has multiple endings and stuff like that. So I know they've been doing that for a few years now. I have a few friends that I've been doing WLCs with, which is watch, like, and comments on HomeAway from YouTube, and they've been playing a lot of them. I know my nephew played one. So I don't know all about that, how long that they've been going, or how much more they've advanced since AI became more popular. So that right there is something that over time. But I'd also like to talk about cloud computing. Now, cloud-based game logic offloads heavy computations to remote servers, enabling more complex simulations without taxing local hardware. Now, that's the part that I was talking about. It's supposed to prevent taxing of local hardware. That would be your computer. And the reason how they do that is they have remote servers that are set up all around the world, and a lot of them are like based closer around the cities, so that they can take on a heavier load faster. But they're basically, a computer while you're playing is taking and offloading like heavy computations to these servers, and it's enabling more complex simulations, and it's doing it without taxing your computer. It's taking the stress off your computer and putting it on that one. So that's something that I did find interesting. That's one of the things I said that could possibly be used for other things too, not just video games. That's a part of it, you know. You have games like Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is leveraging cloud processing for real-time weather and terrain data. So you could actually be simulator, and the temperature and the conditions outside would be matching up with what it is on your game. So that could be kind of interesting, you know what I mean? So then after that, I want to talk about middleware tools. Tools like Havok, PhysX, and Unity's DOTs streamline the development of complex game logic. These allow developers to focus on creative aspects rather than reinventing foundational systems. So you have middleware tools that are doing that. Now you have cross-platform logic. Logic is now designed to ensure consistent experiences across platforms, from PCs, on mobile, and console. And the whole thing about mobile that I'm finding about this whole AI logic thing is they're actually aiming that more towards advertisements, so that the AI can determine what's the best advertisements to flood you with on your phones. I haven't found out anything that's really more game-based about these phone apps other than that, but that seems to be where AI is going when it comes to you guys' phone apps. It's more of what's the best advertisements they can put on your games while you're playing. You know, those annoying pop-ups that pop up while you're in the middle of playing freaking Candy Crush. The AI is going to determine what's the best annoying pop-up for you when you decide to play Candy Crush. Sorry for your luck. I'm not a big phone fan, so I find it kind of humorous that they're trying to do that. You know, I say stick to the computers, play console games, but don't mess with that foolishness, that phone stuff. That's for the babies. You know, if they're under 30 years old, that's what they do. They play video games on phones. So, just my take. Now, enhanced testing and debugging. Automated tools now test game logic for bugs and inconsistencies, reducing development time and improving reliability. Simulation environments can replicate thousands of player scenarios to ensure logic robustness. That's pretty interesting. Now the impact of advancements is realism. Now players experience lifelike interaction between NPCs in realistic physics, which is going to make it more immersive, or games feel more dynamic with worlds that respond to players' actions in supposed meaningful ways. It's also supposed to impact efficiency, where developers can create more content with fewer resources. And that's thanks to procedural generation and AI-driven tools, supposedly. Now, player agent. This is the one that's kind of strange when it comes to the player agent. Advanced game logic is what this is, and it enables more meaningful choices and outcomes, enhancing narrative depth. So this would be the choose your path kind of thing that I was just talking about. So that is pretty interesting. Now, game logic has evolved from simple if-else statements in earlier video games to complex systems powered by AI, physics engines, and procedural generation. These advancements continue to push the boundaries of what games can achieve, offering players richer and more engaging experiences. Physics engines are specialized software frameworks that simulate physical systems in real time or pre-rendering scenarios, allowing games to mimic the behavior of real-world physics. These engines are critical in creating realistic environments and interactions. This is supposed to enhance immersion and gameplay dynamics. Now, I should probably end this here because I need to quit. It's at an hour and 7 minutes on the recording, and by the looks of it, the stream is an hour and 12 minutes long. So I am going to go ahead and end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and later on I will come back and I will talk about physics engines. I want to continue at this moment, but I could. I'm at the point now where I probably should. I'm just really having issues right now with having to do multiple things at the same time, and I'm kind of getting off track about it. As you can tell, this video right here, or this stream right here, was streamed late. That's the way it's been for the. Really glad that I was able to get it out today, the day that I actually wanted to get it out on. Today is actually Monday, so it's technically not the first day of the week. Well, actually, it's not even the second day of the week. Sunday's the first day, so yeah, it is the second day. But that's the kind of stuff that I've been doing. Hopefully I can have another one up next week on time, but I am not going to make any promises. If I don't do more episodes, then I'll probably go ahead and just give it up on that and move on and maybe get into tech talk, so that's something else that I do on my other channel called Working with Audio and Video. That's where I get more into the computer graphics. I also have a tech talk series that I do with Mark Edworthy and Tanhai Tran over on Lines.com, and that's where we talk about technology and all of the cool stuff that's going on today. So if you guys want to, you can check us out there when that comes out. It should be coming out sometime here soon, and I will advertise it. I'm also located on Skype as well as Discord. On Discord, it's Gaming with Infamous, and on Skype, it's Roger_Hans. Find me on those. You can find me on X at Infamous OG 1973 or Raj LOL at Roger LOL 1973. So some shit like that. But that's where you can find me on there, and I'm always on YouTube. I'm on YouTube at Roger Hansen for this stream. I also have a gaming stream that's separate from this called Gaming Out There. Right now I'm streaming to Rumble X, Kick, and let me see, Rumble X, Kick, Twitch, and Beam, as well as recording it on my computer. So that is what I've got going on there. If you guys want to leave a like, subscribe, go for it. But it's like I've said in my previous episodes, I'm really big on the comments, so leave comments, give me your feedback, and tell me what you think. I enjoy everybody's comments, I really do. So just remember to hit the comment section and leave a comment. Talk to me. See you later. Bye. Hello, everybody.